We're going to walk through a few of the crucial screens inside of PlantStar 4.0. I am on the APU menu right now, which is mostly used by administrators and supervisors. And we're going to start at the top at Jobs. So within Jobs, you have the drop down here, and I'll start with the Job Scheduler. As we're working on setting up import and export with ERP, you can see that jobs that go into the schedule are here. You can filter these jobs, so these are the available jobs to add to the schedule. You can filter these jobs here. You can look by product name, required date and time, standard time and standard cycle time in seconds, and so forth. So any unsaved jobs would be here, and any unscheduled jobs would be here. So if I get rid of the filter, I can drag and drop jobs into the schedule and add them to the schedule. So as you can see, this job was just added to the schedule. It becomes a lighter color, so you know which jobs are not saved right now. You can see my dates here. I can scroll. My blue line is my real time. My color legend here shows anything in green. The job is on time. It started. Yellow would be a possible job tool collision. If it was red, it would be behind, and so forth. These color codes here are your machine statuses. So everything in green in these machines have a current running job. Red, there's a down on the Beckham, and orange, you have an assist on the Husky. You could also filter here on your schedule and be able to look for a name, a product name, a certain machine, whether it's in a certain queue position, required date and time, tool types, material types. So here's your filtering capabilities on the job schedule. I would save my schedule, and then that schedule would be shown on HMI on the shop floor, and you'd be able to see what jobs are saved in a live schedule view. You could also click and get real-time data for the current job. So you can see the real-time data here, number of parts required, parts remaining, total numbers of parts made. I can edit, end the job, suspend and unschedule, and suspend the queue job right here from the schedule. If I go into the job shift summary, here I can look at certain machines. So all machines, or I can group my machines if I want to look at just my injection molding machines or just my extrusion blow molding machines. And then I can pick a certain machine. So I'll just pick a batten field. I can select a certain job. I'm going to select the current running job. And after I hit select job, I'm going to get real-time job to date data and shift data. So you can see here's my job, here's my product name, the tool types that are being used, the number of parts required, and so forth. I can get my real-time performance. As you can see, this is forever changing, my reject percentage, and so forth. If I go into the job summary screen, this is going to give me some real-time data. So I can see my required date time, my standard cycle time, my average cycle time, my current OEE, again, tools being used. I can scroll here through sub-jobs. This is showing this current job is running on this machine. I can easily switch to a different machine and bring up that job summary from this machine. As you can see, I can end the current job, suspend the current job. If I start an idle here within the job summary page, the machine status is going to change to an idle state here on this specific machine. If I go ahead and end idle, it's going to change the machine status back to running. And you can see I have my parts information here. So as I pull up, I'm going to go to the machine status viewer. So a lot of our customers use this on large screen displays throughout their plant. So it shows every single machine in your plant. As you can see, I have a down for maintenance on the Beckham. If you remember when we looked at the job schedule, I saw that Beckham was down. Now I have a reason, maintenance. It is flashing. And I can see each one of these machines has shift in job data for good parts, rejected percentage, and parts per hour. I can also look at my OEE and dial this down for any machine. I see my availability, my performance, and my quality. I can also just look at a section of machines. For instance, if I just wanted to view my injection molding, I could just display my injection can drag and drop these tiles as well. So if I wanted to move these around, I can drag and drop from this screen and kind of set up my dashboard, if you will. So here I'm dragging and dropping the batten field, setting this up. So that's the machine status viewer browse. The machine status summary, basically it's just a, kind of a charted out of all your machines. The current status type, I mentioned we had Beckham and down. It shows when it went down, date and time, the reason which was maintenance. We have an assist on Husky. So 4.0 does include email, text, and even voice alerts. So the supervisor probably would receive an email or a text saying there's assist needed at this Husky machine, and that assist went out at this date and time. So I can look at all my machines. I can also export this, email it out, print it out, however you see fit. Quickly go into production events. So here's a live production summary. Again, you have real-time data moving. So you can see, for instance, on the Arberg machine, you can see the current job, the product, the tools. Here are the number of good parts made, estimated number of parts, number of good parts per hour, and my performance is changing, and so forth. Again, I can export this. I can look at just a group of machines. So if I want to look at just my molding machines again, I can do that here within the production summary. In production events, I can filter these. So if I wanted to look at, let's say, rejected part entries on my batten field for a certain reason, I could do that. I could apply the filter, and it's going to give me my drop down here. So here are my rejected parts entries for batten field. Here's my reasons, and so forth. So just a quick filtering within your production events. Your production event dashboard, you can build out real-time charts. You can expand these charts, and you can dial these down. You can also download them as a file, print, save, share within the production dashboard. I'm going to go into process variables. So our process variable chart viewer, again, you have your group of machines. I'm just going to keep it on my injection molding machines. You can select a machine, a job, and then you have three options to build out these charts. So you have your process profile here, you have single value, and you have X bar R. So if I show just profile, I'm going to select a certain machine. I'm going to select a certain process variable, and I'm going to add the chart. And as you can see, I have an injection position profile. I have my previous profile versus my current profile. And as you can see, this is building here. If I continue to build in single value, again, I pick a specific process variable. Right now I'm on the same machine. And now I have my critical max, my warning max, my values, my warning minimum, and my critical minimum. And last would be the X bar R. So I would again choose my process variable. And now you can see this chart here. I have my upper control limit, my values, my average, my lower control limit, and then I can dial down my SPC summary. I can also switch over to the process variable table viewer. So again, I can select a certain machine, and it's going to give me, I would have a list of all my process variables here, my value type, and then it's going to provide me my critical minimum, my warning minimum, my value, my active reading. As you can see, the active reading is changing. Once these go out of tolerance, you will see a color change to reflect whether it's flashing red or pink based on the active reading. And this is the process variable table viewer. So within the APU menu, we have jobs. Here, as you can see, my color changes here. Machine status, production events, reporting, charts. This is where you'd set up your machines, your users, your shifts, set up your alerts, as I mentioned, your email and text alerts, your tools, tool life tracking, materials, so you can get material usage, label printing, any custom reporting that you would want us to create. We can create custom scripts. So this is just a quick glance at the APU side within PlantStar 4.0.